to Thoughtonics. What is Thoughtonics? This I am going to explain to you, and we are going to develop that theory of Thoughtonics. Thoughtonics is basically a physics theory beyond Einsteinian relativity and quantum physics. The question, where from do we come, where from this universe does come? These questions are very fundamental, and they had been asked from very beginning of human civilization. When we started questioning, asking, and thinking, then we ask these. Our generations ask these questions. Now these questions had been attempted by relativity, and even quantum is doing lot over there. There is quantum gravity, and this quantum gravity has certainly brought us to what is called black holes. In fact, Big Bang, black hole, and dark energy, dark matter. These words are very common nowadays in today's physics, higher physics. We can see that thought is a science, the theory of physics that is going to bring us closer to answer these questions even more. This is what I feel. Sorry. When I was writing my Nutan Gite poetry book in Hindi, and I asked a question, not I, it was Lord Arjuna that was asking these questions from Lord Krishna. And Arjuna asked this question, क्या प्रकाश से भी जग में कुछ तेज कहीं चलने वाला? Is there anything faster than light? So this question was very scientific. This question is very much scientific. Is there anything faster than light? Although Einstein's theory says nothing can be faster than light, but I believe, and I believed at that time also, that there may be something which may be faster than light. There may be more than one thing which may be faster than light. So Lord Krishna answered this question of faster than light by thought. What do I mean by thought? This is a question. Most of the people think thought treat thought as an information signal. Information signal. Thought is certainly an information signal, no doubt about that. We are carrying information in thought, in our own body and even beyond. When I am talking to you, I am carrying thought to you with my thoughts. Of course, different thoughts may also be carrying different ideas, yes. So what I mean is, what is thought? This question itself is important. Thoughtonics comes from thought, no doubt, but thought is not just information signal. It is much beyond that. So when Lord Krishna answers this question, what is faster than light? It was a couplet, 2 lines of couplet in Hindi. I'll quote once again from my Nutan Gite. आइंस्टाइन सिद्धांत कहे ना कुछ प्रकाश से तेज चले, मापो लो तेज विचार चले, प्रकाश से ज्ञान विचार भले. So what does that mean is, Einstein says that nothing is faster than light. But I dare say rather, thought is faster than light. Measure it and you will know it. Of course, we cannot measure thought because we don't know what is thought. So I ask this question, what is thought? The answer from Nutan Gite on this was expanded, and I wrote in my Gita that thought is the creator of universe. What I mean is that everything in thought is in universe is because of thought only. But what is the exact definition of thought? Well, definition of thought is this. Thought is absolute truth as well as its inverse and its inverse. Thought is absolute truth and its inverse. My question was, truth is very much explained by science. Modern science is also based on truth only. We are okay. Okay. What is thought? Thought is absolute truth as well as its inverse. Sorry. I asked myself, science is basically the study of truth. What is there? And I felt that certainly mass energy should be thought. So kinds or types of thoughts. Kinds of thought. Now what is thought and kinds of thought? First is mass energy itself is one thing and it is thought. Mass energy is one form of thought, one kind of thought. Second is space-time is thought. There I wrote space-time, but now I call it space phase time. There is phase space also. So space phase time is also thought. And these are the ingredients that made thought, or made the universe. And laws of nature. As Einstein uses word laws of physics in his relativity, I said not laws of physics alone, it is laws of nature basically. So laws of nature are basically truth and therefore they are thought. They are a kind of thought, all of them. Then I looked into myself and I asked this question, why am I living? When I am dead, why am I not living at that after I'm dead? And this question I asked, what is the basic difference between living and non-living? I answered this by what I call emotion. So there must be thought in living. Thought or information. You can call it information also. Yes, of course, information. What I mean by information is that even our body is carrying information from our brain to other parts of body and even beyond. Information is thought or information in living beings. And last but not least, this is important. Thought in living beings, and fifth is thought or information. You have got information technology. So thought or information in non-livings. This information revolution of current of this age is certainly in non-livings. But we will certainly connect living and non-living thought. I know. We are certainly going to use this techniques. They are latest techniques which are certainly capable of connecting human thought or other living being thought with non-living thought also. So please take a snapshot of this. I mean, इसको आप ले लीजिएगा, लिख बना लीजिएगा, रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिए अपने पास में. ठीक है, that's all. अभी थोड़ी देर में हम आते हैं. We can start now with more on this theory of Thoughtonics. I asked myself, why are elements being created in various galaxies and maybe in black holes also. I don't know. We don't know about black holes, but certainly these elements are being created in the galaxies and stars and all, nebula and all. So, why is energy there? Why is mass there? Mass has been answered by current science. This is because of what is called Higgs boson. Mass is created in particles or everywhere because of Higgs bosons. But at any rate, why energy? And where from this energy come? What is the form of energy? This question rarely asked. I think this has not been asked sincerely by science. Where from does the energy come? Because when we talk of current modern physics, and that starts from Big Bang. Now, Big Bang is a place where you assume that energy is in a huge amount available already there, and you never answer where from this energy does come. Same way, uh, what is space, and who created space, what created time? These questions are never asked in science, in physics also. Who created and what created time and space? They are rarely asked, I think, not regularly. So I concentrated on these things. And then laws of nature. Laws of nature or mass production, you can say, come. They are certainly gravity, from where gravity does come. These questions certainly intrigued me. So these questions, my questions, where from mass energy come, where from space time come, where from laws of nature do come, these questions intrigued me, and I wondered that they have come certainly from one place. If there is a God, then this God must be non-living also. This should be the starter of universe. And if there is any God, then this God, what will be the form of that God which created everything? This, I'm not talking of that God which is there in temple, mosque or church or anywhere. In these things, I'm not talking of that religious people's God. I'm talking of scientific God. If there is any creator of everything, including energy, mass, space, time, and laws of nature, then this is my God. And this God must be unique. And if it is a unique God, because maybe there may be two gods, I don't know. In science, in Hindu, Indology, we have got truth as well as untruth. Truth as God and untruth as falsehood. So these two things may be two forms of God. Then we have got three things also. I mean, there are three heads of a God here in our, or four heads. So I'm not talking of religion which I don't believe that they can explain God scientifically, which we can experiment with. हम जिस गॉड को इंडोलॉजी में या किसी भी रिलीजन में या इसमें समझ सकते हैं, तो वो क्या हो सकता है? हमको ये कहा जाता है गॉड से डरिए. गॉड जो है वो डराता है हमें. मेरा गॉड जो है, जो साइंस, इफ देयर इज अ साइंटिफिक गॉड, देन दैट शुड नॉट बी one from which I am scared of, or who will threaten me. My God obeys only the laws of nature that he created or she created, it created. What I mean is that we have to find the ultimate. If we want to find ultimate, then we have to answer these questions. My questions are: where from does mass energy come? What forms space space, time, and laws of nature. And of course, information. Information in living being as well as non-living. And what makes living beings from non-living? My answer to this question, what makes last question? First I will take last question. What is the basic difference between living and non-living? Basic difference between living and non-living. When am I dead? What goes out of myself when I am dead? This is the question that I am asking. So, basic difference between living and non-living is that of emotion. If I have got an emotion, any living has an emotion. For example, coronavirus. If coronavirus is non-living, then it has no emotions and it's harmless. So it will remain there for thousands or lakhs of or even crores of years without harming any human being unless it has an emotion. And what are the emotions of coronavirus that make it living being? I believe it has two emotions. Two emotions or two things. I'll call them emotion only. Appetite, hunger. It wants food. And then reproduction. I mean, it can reproduce itself by infection or everything. These two emotions make coronavirus a living being. So these emotions, I mean hunger, reproduction or that way, any sensation for that purpose may be living emotion to me, must be emotion for us. So I felt I must define emotion. But before I define emotion, I must define much more in thoughts, in Thoughtonics. I did define what is called emotion by me. Now, please see this emotion. What is emotion? Emotion is transfer of data from one intelligent machine, transfer of data from one intelligent machine, transfer of data from one intelligent machine to another. Is called emotion. Then from that only we will get E velocity and E acceleration, and this E acceleration is, in my view, this is the rate of transfer of data, rate of emotion is called, in a particular direction of course, rate of emotion, and acceleration, rate of change of E velocity. So this E velocity, in my view, in my Thoughtonics, produces, we need to prove them of course, frankly speaking. I haven't tested this, but this is what I want to test. E acceleration is attitude. You see, the basic difference between living beings and their capabilities is because of attitude. You can say that E acceleration is attitude. Anyway, before I go to them, इसे बंद करिए जरा, बस इतना ही रहने दो. So I will request you to like this and subscribe. Of course, we will be coming out with more videos. This was an introductory video, and I will come out with more videos which will be helpful to us in developing its math and other things, whole theory of Thoughtonics. Okay, thank you.